What's good, people? It is Tony the Savant. And before we get started, please like this video, share this video, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content and going live on the channel as well. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel as I drop content daily, go live daily, stay very busy on the platform. And last but not least, please leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section, as I'm always intrigued to hear what you all have to say about these topics. And ladies and sports fans, and gentlemen, we got to shout out Charles Barkley, Sir Charles, the legend. Now, I'm going to say this. I don't always agree with what Charles Barkley has to say. He has said a number of things that I 100% disagree with. But then sometimes Charles be cooking, man. And especially when he's talking about the game of basketball. And even more so when he's talking about LeBron James. As Charles Barkley is one of those guys that he has not, I'll say this, he has complimented LeBron James a little bit overtly, and a little bit over the top compliments sometimes from time to time. But for the most part, I say about 80% of the time, Charles Barkley tells the 100% truth about LeBron Ramon James. As they had a Inside the NBA TV, Inside the NBA on TNT segment where they were discussing, actually they were talking about, I got the clip right here, I kind of forget, they were talking about LeBron James, or no, they were talking about Charles Barkley hitting a parlay. So when you first hear this clip, you're going to hear about, you're going to hear Charles Barkley, I think it's Ernie Johnson and Jalen Rose. They're talking about some parlays. But then they segue into this whole LeBron James and Michael Jordan debate. And Charles Barkley absolutely 100% cooks. I'm going to drop my commentary after the sound, after the clip.
Give me 25 tonight. Easy. KD, give me 25. Easy. Anthony Davis, 8 rebounds. He average 11. David Booker, 1 3. Easy. Take this, Jalen. You got this. Guarantee it then. Guarantee. We gonna win. We gonna stop this winning streak. Let's get this money. Come on, y'all. Stop this losing streak. That's what I meant. Would be the. I know what I said, but you know what I meant. No, I don't. Come on, man. You players, pick it up. 0-5. Since these bombs y'all be showing every week. Okay, and LeBron, one of the greatest ever, can't give me 25 points. KD, one of the greatest ever, can't give me 25 points. Anthony Davis, 8 rebounds. That's easy. Devin Booker, 1 3. Are you kidding me? Hey, LeBron, by the way, 3 threes away from passing Kyle Korver. Ooh, Kyle Korver can shoot that thing. Number 7 all time. And he's second in 30-point games now with 559. MJ's got 562. See, now, Ernie, what? That's an amazing stat to talk about. Everybody, I don't get into debate about greatness. So LeBron has played how many more seasons than Michael Jordan? He's still behind him? That's crazy. That's crazy. And I love LeBron, but for him to be that far behind MJ and I'm playing probably 8 more seasons? Come on, man. Y'all need to stop this. Lakers and Suns later, but first it's the Bucks and the Heat. Enjoy, man. Stop that.
What's different about you? It's Chevron with Tech.
Yeah, man. As y'all heard right there, Ernie Johnson tried to slick slide the fact that LeBron James is 3 games behind Michael Jordan in 30-point games. And Charles Barkley, he did the Lord's work. You know what I mean? He told the 100% truth. This is something that I've been saying for quite some time. And this is what Charles Barkley said totally 100% nullifies the longevity argument and as far as it making LeBron James the GOAT. Okay? LeBron James is not the GOAT because of all of these stats that he's accumulated over 2 decades. It's not possible, okay? When you watch LeBron James, you do not feel like, unless you're a bronsexual, these bronsexuals, their brains are wired differently, but unless you're a bronsexual, you don't feel like when you're watching LeBron James that this is the greatest basketball you have ever seen in your life. In fact, LeBron James is the leader. He's at the helm of an era in basketball that many basketball fans complain about as it being the least skilled era, as it being the most boring era, as it being by the ratings, by the numbers, this being the least watched era ever. And that all kind of stems from LeBron James. You know, he's supposed to be the face of the NBA. They still try to annoy him with that. Well, they still do, uncontested. They still say that LeBron James is the face of the league. They all say that these other guys can't hold the title or they're not ready for the title or whatever the case. I will argue that Steph Curry has been the face of the league, me personally. But yeah, man, it's just this whole longevity stuff, it is an amazing feat, that LeBron James has accumulated, 559 um, 30-point game, 30-point games in his career. Well, LeBron James has been playing 22 years. And we're talking about Michael Jordan, who, and all things considered, if you take away the 2 years that he was out of the league, as far as one being injured early, in his career, where he only played like 18 games, and then he came back for, I believe, 18 games. I think the first time he was out for, I can't recall, when he was injured in 1985 or 86, whichever one, his sophomore year. He was out a number of games. And then when he came back from retirement and the Chicago Bulls lost to the Orlando Magic, if you take out those 2 years and the Wizards years, you only get about a decade of Michael Jordan, about 11 years. You know what I mean? About 11 complete years of Michael Jordan. And in that time frame, he was able to do more in 11 years than LeBron James has done in 22 years. So much so that we still have a statistic to this day where Michael Jordan is leading LeBron James after all of this time, where Michael Jordan has 562 30-point games, and LeBron James has 559. And then these guys use these kind of stats, these media heads, they try to use these stats to say that, oh, LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan because of dot. And it's like, no, man. When you put things in context, when you look at how Michael Jordan was a complete lightning rod in his time in the league, and all things considered, seeing that Kobe played 20 years, Dirk Nowitzki played 20 years, Tim Duncan played 20 years, all of these guys, Vince Carter, all of these guys played an extended amount of time in the NBA, and none of them were as impactful. They all were greats. We all can say that these dudes are great, including LeBron. We can say that LeBron is a great, but none of these dudes were able to impact the game like Michael Jordan did. And LeBron James, he's supposed to be the greatest scorer of all time. He got 40,000 points, all this other stuff. And this man doesn't have more 30-point games than Michael Jordan in 22 years. All of the crazy stuff that we've seen from LeBron James, and he has not been able to at least accumulate more 30-point games than Michael Jordan. Like Charles said, man, it's amazing. He was really giving Michael Jordan his credit when he was saying that. He wasn't dissing LeBron James so much, but it's really amazing that Michael Jordan was able to do what he was able to do in his short time in the NBA, all things considered. And then you look at, a guy like LeBron James that's supposed to be challenging his throne. By some people's standards, LeBron James has successfully succeeded Michael Jordan, but yet and still, there's things that Michael Jordan are far superior than LeBron James is. And we're talking about total stats. Yeah, LeBron James has the average, but when you're talking about per game statistics, Michael Jordan is far and ahead away from LeBron James. We're talking about per game statistics. There's no real debate there, for even after all these, we're talking about another, stat. 22 years in the game, Michael Jordan averages, 30 points in his career. LeBron only averages 27. And that's, with LeBron James playing essentially double the time. On paper, it's 8 more seasons, but all things considered, some dudes in the NBA's career hasn't even lasted 8 years. So, yeah, man, I just think that Charles Barkley hit the nail on the head. Y'all know me, man. I gotta chime in on this LeBron James stuff because for 20 years I have been battling the propaganda machine of LeBron James. And in the beginning, I remember a long time ago, it would just be dudes like me in the barbershop or on the social medias. Um, Singing the truth about LeBron James, about how he's not the greatest. He's not even really that great. You could think of many players, if you're a real basketball fan, you could think of many players that are better than LeBron James. Um, and so now, back in the day, it was just guys like me in the streets talking about it. And over the years, I've been seeing a slow but sure revolution of the truth of LeBron James come to the forefront. And it's never bled through more so than it has now. Because you got a number of guys. Even Carmelo, the other day on his podcast, was telling the truth about LeBron James, telling some truths behind the scenes about LeBron James. And I'll cover that in another video because Carmelo was really spitting some dimes that we would have to break down and really get into. But I wanted to highlight what Charles said because it's the absolute truth, man. And there's no longevity stat you can use for LeBron James. There's no, he did this night. No, nothing LeBron James. In fact, nothing LeBron James can do now. LeBron is, again, not the GOAT. He's really not even that great. You've seen better. And then when it comes down to all of these stats and all of these uh, uh, woven arguments to try to make LeBron James better than he is, these arguments are easy to punch through. You know what I mean? Very easy. As Charles Barkley on the spot, as soon as Ernie brought up that stat, on the spot, Charles Barkley shut it down with more facts. And anytime you're talking about LeBron James and Michael Jordan, there's always more facts on Michael Jordan's side. In fact, all of the facts are on Michael Jordan's side when it comes to this stuff. Because again, you can't use the longevity argument in any sort of way to try to prove that LeBron James is superior to Michael Jordan. There's no argument that you can come up with that is going to prove. You can say anything, respectfully. You can make your mouth say anything, but like in the court of law, something I've learned, in the law class that I learned, it's not about what you can say, it's not about what you can accuse people of, it's about what you can prove that they did. You know what I mean? So, again, shout out to Charles Barkley, man. Don't always agree with the brother, but sometimes Charles is on the money, and he was definitely on the money with this take. So, that's all I got for y'all on this one. Please like the video, share the video, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content and going live on the channel as well if you haven't already. Please subscribe to the channel as I drop content daily, go live daily. Stay very busy on the platform. And last but not least, please leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section, as I'm always interested to hear what you all have to say about these topics. I am Tony the Savant. Thank y'all for the support. Peace.